All right, everybody, welcome back. You know that financial freedom we all dream about? The kind where money isn't constantly on your mind, and you can work because you want to, not because you have to.
Absolutely. That's the dream, right?
Well, get this. A recent episode of the Beyond 9 to 5 podcast got me thinking about real estate, as an avenue to achieve that kind of freedom.
Oh, yeah, I remember that episode. They really dug into how real estate is becoming more accessible these days, even if it used to seem completely out of reach.
Yeah, exactly. Like, real estate investing always felt like something only for, the super rich.
You always think you need a ton of money to even get started, like you have to be some kind of tycoon or something.
Right. But Beyond 9 to 5 highlighted this whole shift towards something called fractional ownership. Have you heard about this?
Oh, yeah. Fractional ownership. It's a game changer. Instead of needing like hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy a whole property, you can buy a small piece of it.
Okay, so break that down for me. Like, how does that actually work?
Okay, so imagine you want to invest in real estate, but you don't have, a huge pile of cash just lying around. Right, exactly. So with fractional ownership, you can buy a share of a property. Think of it like buying stock in a company, but instead of a company, it's a building or a house.
So instead of owning the whole thing, you own like a slice.
Exactly. And you get to benefit from the potential appreciation of that property. So if the property value goes up, your share goes up in value too.
Okay, that makes sense. So what kind of properties are we talking about here? Like, could I potentially own a tiny piece of a beachfront condo or something?
Absolutely. The episode talked about this platform called EstateX, and they're all about making this kind of investment possible. So yeah, you could own a fraction of a condo, a house, even a commercial building.
Whoa, that's pretty wild. But wait, if I own just a fraction, do I have any say in what happens with the property?
That's a great question, and it's something Beyond 9 to 5 addressed. The beauty of EstateX is they handle everything. Think of it like a management company. They take care of finding tenants, collecting rent, repairs, all the headaches that come with being a landlord.
Ooh, so it's passive income.
Exactly. You earn income from your share without having to deal with the day-to-day stuff.
That is very appealing. But let's talk long-term here. How does this fractional ownership play into building wealth over time?
Well, Beyond 9 to 5 really emphasizes a long-term approach. Like slow and steady wins the race. And EstateX fits right into that.
I like that.
You start small, invest in a couple of shares, and then gradually grow your portfolio. As your investments start to appreciate and you get that rental income, you can reinvest that money to buy even more shares.
So it's like a snowball effect. Start small and build momentum over time.
Exactly. And that's what makes this so exciting. It makes real estate investing seem a lot less intimidating. You don't have to be a millionaire to get started.
That's really encouraging, actually, especially for, folks like me who are starting to explore these alternative ways to reach financial freedom.
Absolutely. And another thing Beyond 9 to 5 touched on was the issue of liquidity. With traditional real estate, selling a property can take a lot of time. But with fractional ownership, there's the potential for a more liquid market. You can buy and sell shares more easily.
Okay, that makes sense. So more flexibility, that's a big plus. But hold on, I remember Beyond 9 to 5 mentioned other options too, right? Like REITs.
Yeah, they talked about real estate investment trusts and crowdfunding platforms.
So help me out here. What's the difference between those and this fractional ownership model?
Sure. So with REITs, you're basically buying stock in a company that owns and manages properties. So you're not investing directly in the real estate itself.
Yep.
And with crowdfunding, you're pooling money with other investors to fund a specific real estate project. So both of those have pros and cons.
Yeah.
But what sets EstateX apart is that direct connection to individual properties. You're not just buying into a fund or a company, you're owning a piece of a tangible asset.
So to sum it all up, real estate investing doesn't have to be this all-or-nothing game anymore, right?
Exactly. You can test the waters with platforms like EstateX, build your portfolio gradually, and potentially achieve the kind of financial freedom that lets you make choices based on what you want, not what you have to do.
It's like taking control, right, of your future and your time.
And it really makes you think, what if this kind of access to real estate investing becomes the norm? How would that change the landscape of wealth creation? That's something to chew on, right? As you think about your own path to financial freedom.
Definitely food for thought. All right, everyone, that's our deep dive for today. We hope you enjoyed it. Catch you next time.
See you next time.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.